Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. This is Success with Srini.
Welcome back. Today we're going to continue from where we left off yesterday. Yesterday I started a three-part series, and I said I'm going to share some strategies, some techniques, or some insights on how to win at life. Maybe in your career, maybe in your relationships, maybe in your business, whatever you got going, how to win. So I shared about 4 strategies yesterday, or 4 insights yesterday. Today, I have a few. I have a long list, maybe 6 or 7 today. So let's get into this. Continuing from where I left off yesterday, deliver value in every action and interaction. Doesn't matter, small or big, maybe for a 1-minute interaction or maybe a long interaction. Maybe your action is just you taking an action, nobody is around you. Regardless, everything you do has to have some value associated with it. So this podcast I'm recording, my goal, my intent is to deliver value to you, okay, or make this valuable. And if I do that, then obviously, as I'm taking this action, I'm recording this, I'm trying to make this valuable, so you will derive value. So if this is an interaction, that means you're listening to this, you will take away some good stuff. That's my goal, that's my intent. Then, the second one, there's a principle called WITIIFM. This was something that I learned very early on when I started my own business. Why would somebody listen to you? Why would somebody buy from you? Why would somebody deal with you? And how do you really get people's attention? So some marketing book said it's all about WITIIFM, and this principle applies everywhere. What it stands for is that what is in it for me? What is there in it for me? What is there in it for me? WITIIFM. Every brain, every human, every individual is walking around thinking, what is there in it for me? So if you speak to what is there in it for them, then you will have whatever you want. So always, every time you talk to anyone, always talk to their interests, not to your interest. I've been in many conversations where people show up and they talk to themselves. Some of my friends, they call me, they talk to themselves. I did this, I don't know what's going to happen. I did that, who knows? Maybe I should have done this, maybe I should have done that. The call was just for them to talk to themselves. They don't care who, Srini, how are you doing? What's happening? Maybe they'll say one time, but most of the conversation is about them. Nobody's interested. Nobody cares. I love them. I listen to them. But then, if they had known this principle, then imagine what kind of results they would create for themselves. Genuinely, when you're working with people, there's the third one, genuinely make them important. This goes along with the previous one. Always genuinely make people important. This is a principle I wish I would have learned this early on. In my early days, I never thought of making other people important. But ever since I made that shift, my life has been incredible. Always genuinely make people important. Avoid confrontations and arguments. You can't win. Even if you think that you have won an argument, in the long run you may lose out. So typically there is no win. When something gets into an argument, it's too late. Never let anything slip into a state of, confrontation or become argumentative. Don't let the situation slip and avoid as much as you can. Then, along those lines, the next one here is respect opinions. Everybody has the same voice, has the same thoughts, has similar existence, occupies a similar space like you, me. So we shouldn't be questioning other people's opinions. And we do that all the time. And we say, hey, my religion is bigger than yours. My knowledge my credentials are bigger than yours. I have more money than you, and my social status is bigger than you, whatever, than yours. Point is, every time you say that I'm bigger and better than you, then there is somebody else who is much more bigger and better than you. So it doesn't work, and it's a conversation that has no place. So respect other people's opinions, and most importantly, don't let them down. Even though you are right and they are wrong, Your job is not to give them a feeling that they have lost. They should win. Okay? They should win. So let them win. Achievers, listen. So if you want to be an achiever, listen. Let them talk. It'll be amazing. In moments, you'll figure out how much they do not know. You see, I'm talking here for 5 minutes. You'll come to know how much I do not know. I think I'm sharing something that you do not know. Truth is, you are figuring out how much I do not know. I know that. So I'm very attentive to what I'm doing here, at the same time what I'm incapable of doing here, and how I'm being heard. While you're listening to the words that I'm saying, hopefully, you're also listening to the words that I'm incapable of saying. That also people listen. People listen through silence. Achievers listen through silence. And then the last one here is sympathy and empathy. So if you don't have sympathy for people, you cannot win. And you don't have empathy for people, then you can't achieve bigger things. Winning is okay, but then achieving bigger things, like winning on top of winning, you can't do that. So sympathy and empathy are learned skills. You can learn them. Yeah, some people, depending upon how, in what circumstances they went through, it's very difficult for them to bring in these two qualities into them. But then you can learn. And there are enough lessons that life is teaching you to learn. You don't need to listen to a podcast to learn what empathy and sympathy is. Life is already teaching you that lesson. All you have to do is listen to that lesson and observe and take it in. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. There are, 3, 6, 7 things I talked already. So I'm going to stop here. All I'm requesting to do is just take one of these things and just apply right away. Hopefully you did that yesterday. Took one from the list I shared with you. You applied. Take one from today's list and see how life will respond to you. I'm promising you it's going to respond back to you in a whole different level, in a much better way, in a good way, in a rewarding way. Okay, so tomorrow we'll talk a little bit about home and specifically things that you should do at home so that you can win. So that's going to be our part 3. So stay tuned for that. And if you are liking what I'm sharing with you, you're finding some value, just let me know. Drop me a message or write a comment. You're watching this on YouTube. You can always write a comment. So that's all for now. Wherever you are, be safe, and I'll be talking to you as early as tomorrow with part 3. Stay tuned.